slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead of say something not illogical.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Virtual Dealer Education Experience. Thanks so much for making the time to join us today. My name is Mustafa. I'm with the Toyota Product and Sales Education team, and today I'll have the privilege of being your guide through the next generation RAV4. Now, for decades, the RAV4 has set the pace in the small SUV world, from creating the segment nearly 30 years ago to becoming the #1 selling SUV in America. RAV4 has always been about anticipating what our customers want next. Today, we are going to explore the next chapter together. Now, before we get into the details, let's make sure you are all set up for the best experience possible. If you haven't already, go ahead and in the bottom right corner of your screen, go ahead and click that to make sure the broadcast is running in full screen. And if you have any questions during our broadcast today, use the Kumu chat feature in the top right corner of your screen. We have some team members available. They're going to be reviewing any questions and comments that come in, and while we're live over here, they'll be responding to you in real time. In fact, why not give it a shot? Let's make sure everything's working right. In that chat box, go ahead and let us know, what is your personal connection to RAV4? Maybe it's the vehicle you drive every day, maybe you've had a favorite grade, or maybe you've just been around the company for a while and you've sold one of every single generation. What I have here, 30 years ago, this was the first desk job for Toyota corporate team members that announced a new nameplate, the 1996 RAV4. Something new is coming out. So if you've sold one of every generation, maybe that's something worth noting in the chat as well. Now, that is not the extent of the interactivity today. We will also be using Mentimeter for some quick activities throughout the broadcast. If you joined us before, you know the Mentimeter drill, but if not, don't worry, we'll be walking through it when that time comes. All you need is pretty much a smartphone or a laptop handy and we'll be all set. And don't forget, there is credit for attending today's session. If you want to make sure you get your credit, be sure to stay tuned until the very end. There is going to be a QR code on the screen. Please scan that QR code. That is how you will log your attendance. That's the only way to get that credit. All right, now that we're all set with that topic and the housekeeping, let's talk about RAV4 and the lineup. The new RAV4 has 3 clear identities. You have the core, rugged, and sport. Each of those identities is designed for a unique kind of driver. My colleague Thomas is going to be helping us out today. He's going to walk us through the need-to-know basics for each grade. He's going to start off with the core grades. That's LE, XLE Premium, and Limited. And while you're watching, we'll keep things interactive. Let's kick off that first Mentimeter question. Scan the QR code you will see on screen, or open up a new browser tab and just put in this web address and that numerical code. Listen to Thomas's segment very closely. That is where you will find the right answer to the question. And please make sure to submit your response to the question before that segment ends. Once that segment is over, we'll meet back here again and we will go over the results together. So I'll see you real soon.
Hi everyone, I'm Tom, and today I'll be walking you through the 2026 RAV4 grade by grade. We've got a lot to cover, and every grade has its own story to tell. Don't forget to keep your ears and eyes peeled for the answer to the Mentimeter question. If you don't have Mentimeter open yet, scan the QR code below. How about we kick things off with LE? LE sets the foundation for RAV4, coming with a hybrid powertrain and front-wheel drive, with the option of all-wheel drive. You'll notice right away the refined design with new 17-inch alloy wheels, standard LED headlights. Now inside, the story's about tech and convenience. To start, what was once the largest touchscreen option, 10.5 inches, now comes standard on LE, and it debuts the latest generation of Toyota audio multimedia. A 12.3-inch fully digital gauge cluster and push-button start are also standard. Driver convenience also steps up with blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert, and for safety, how about Toyota Safety Sense 4.0? All this and more are proof that LE is a strong entry point loaded with value and modern design. From there, XLE Premium builds on LE with a few key upgrades a lot of customers are going to love. Wheels move up to 18 inches, and you can get a power liftgate for easier loading. Inside, Softex trimmed heated front seats and 8-way power adjustable driver seat add comfort, while rear passengers, they get their own USB-C ports. Plus, a Qi-compatible wireless charging pad can be found up front. XLE Premium will be our volume grade because it's the sweet spot for customers who want a little more convenience without jumping to the top. At the top of the core group is Limited, and here's where refinement really comes forward. Here, customers get standard all-wheel drive, a panoramic glass tilt-slide moonroof. In the cabin, we find larger 12.9-inch audio multimedia touchscreen that is paired with a 9-speaker, 800-watt JBL premium audio system that includes a subwoofer. Heated and ventilated Softex front seats with driver seat memory. Also standard for the first time are some advanced convenience features like first ever 3D panoramic view monitor and advanced park. Again, this is only scratching the surface. The big story about Limited is that it's about as fully equipped as you can get. As a matter of fact, the only available option is going to be head-up display. In short, Limited is the grade for those who want the most premium everyday experience in their RAV4. All right. Hopefully you caught the answer to that Mentimeter question. Mustafa is going to cover the results, and then I'll meet you back here to talk about Woodland.
All right, everyone, let's take a look at how you did on that very first Mentimeter question. Our question was, what feature is now available on RAV4 Limited for the first time? The correct answer, the majority of you got that one nicely, is the head-up display. Now, the other answer choices that you see, they're standard on Limited for the first time, but we have seen them in the RAV4 lineup before. This head-up display does have something cool about it, too. Not only is it a brand new offering for a RAV4, but we are debuting a new generation of head-up display with RAV4. It is going to have a bigger projection area compared to generations past. So when you get a chance to see one equipped with it, it is a premium talking point in sharing with your customers. Well, I am just really impressed with how many of you have jumped in. These numbers are pretty big on the Mentimeter. We're going to keep this momentum going. All right, next up, Thomas is ready to walk through the grade that brings to life the rugged identity that is the RAV4 Woodland. Just like before, listen closely. There is one more Mentimeter question that will come up. And we're going to head back to Thomas to learn more about this adventure-ready grade now.
Now that you've got the hang of how Mentimeter works in this broadcast, be sure to look out for the answer for the next question. If you accidentally close the quiz, you can jump back in anytime by scanning the QR code. Now, let's take a turn down the road less traveled into the rugged identity. This is where Woodland comes in. It's no longer a special edition. Woodland is now a grade for the first time. It offers standard all-wheel drive and the choice of hybrid or plug-in hybrid powertrains, which makes this the only rugged-focused plug-in hybrid in the segment. It's built on the XLE Premium and turns things up with all-terrain tires, giving it a ground clearance of 8.5 inches, which is a bump over the other grades. Adding even more utility are standard Woodland-branded roof rails with crossbars, as well as a tow hitch, making it that much easier to get the jet skis or small camper to the lake. Woodland also wears a unique bold front grille and offers not just one, but two great exclusive exterior colors, Everest and the all-new Urban Rock. More great unique touches are found inside, like red-orange accents and Woodland's branded all-weather floor mats. And in keeping with the off-road focus, you'll find a multi-terrain monitor for added convenience, giving the driver the ability to be more aware of their surroundings. It's got everything adventurers need, from trail-ready capability to plug-in performance. That's the story on Woodland. Mustafa is up next to break down your responses to the Menti question, and we'll see you back here shortly.
Welcome back. Let's look back at that Mentimeter question. We were asking, Woodland is the only grade in the RAV4 lineup to receive which of the following features? This one was a little tricky. Woodland has several exclusive touches, but from amongst these choices, that 3D multi-terrain monitor is indeed the correct one. Well done, the overwhelming majority of you. Beautiful. Now, those other answer choices that you saw, while they're standard on Woodland, you can find those on other RAV4 grades as well. Thank you again for the awesome participation. But we're not done yet. So Thomas is going to wrap things up in terms of our identities. The next one up is the Sport identity. That is made up of SE, XSE, and the one and only GR Sport up top. This is where the lineup really shows off its most athletic side. Just like before, keep that Mentimeter opened up because there is one last question waiting for you right now.
Welcome back to the last round of the grade walk. Keep Mentimeter open and be sure to listen for the answer to the next question. I hope you're ready to switch into high gear because we're moving into the sport grades where RAV4 turns up the energy with SE, XSE, and the first ever GR Sport. We'll start with SE. This grade comes standard as a hybrid with front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. It's also offered in plug-in hybrid powertrain with all-wheel drive. SE inherits many of LE's standard features, but adds a more dynamic stance with 18-inch black wheels and piano black exterior accents. Traveling inside, we're treated to black fabric seats with blue accents, and heated front seats are standard. All this and more makes SE the vehicle that gives customers the first step into the sportier look and feel. Then comes XSE, which pushes the sports-inspired theme further. It's also offered both in hybrid and plug-in hybrid powertrains and only available in all-wheel drive. It upgrades to 20-inch wheels, two-tone paint with a black roof, and signature vertical LED accent lights. Looking inside, we have Softex trim seats with heating and ventilation up front and the larger 12.9-inch touchscreen. Driver assist features also step up with 3D panoramic view monitor and traffic jam assist compatibility. It really makes for a perfect balance of style, tech, and everyday versatility. Now, you may have noticed we haven't talked much on options here, but don't forget, keep a lookout on Engage because the story of standard and available features for these grades goes deeper than this. Finally, the big news. 6th generation RAV4 brings us North America's first ever GR Sport. This one comes straight from collaboration with Toyota Gazoo Racing engineers. Like other GR vehicles, GR Sport literally has to earn the GR badge. This means meeting benchmarks in performance, handling, and responsiveness. It has specific suspension components and stance adjustments, giving it better handling over all other grades. It's offered exclusively as a plug-in hybrid with all-wheel drive. Inside and out, you'll notice GR cues everywhere, from functional aerodynamic grille, red brake calipers, red interior accents, aluminum sport pedals, and GR badging throughout. Now that I've piqued your interest with some details, let's take a step back. Within the Toyota performance world, GR vehicles like GR Supra, GR Corolla, and GR86, they are true performance cars with track capability. RAV4 GR Sport is different. It channels that GR DNA into a small SUV package with all the utility and versatility that RAV4 is known for. And that is exactly why it matters to the GR brand. It broadens the reach, letting drivers who aspire to be connected to the GR brand get a taste of that Gazoo racing spirit with our top-selling vehicle. So that's the lineup. 3 core grades with everyday refinement, the rugged woodland for adventure, and another 3 sport grades that turn up the excitement, all capped by the all-new GR Sport. Of course, this is only a taste of what's standard and available in this lineup. There's so much more to discover, and you can find it all on Engage. Back to you, Mustafa.
All right, a special thank you to Thomas for walking us through so expertly. Now, it's time to see how you all did on this last question, which was, which grade is exclusively offered as a plug-in hybrid? The answer we were looking for, over 500 if you got that one right on, is GR Sport. Now, SE, XSE, and Woodland will give customers the option to upgrade to plug-in hybrid, but the GR Sport is the only grade in this new lineup that is going to be exclusively mated to the plug-in hybrid. It is really that vehicle for those who say, I want the best of performance and efficiency all in one. All right, y'all, now that we have covered the basic need-to-knows for each grade, the next step is understanding the advanced technology that really elevates the 6th generation RAV4 experience all across the board. Over the next few minutes, we're going to talk about Toyota Safety Sense 4.0 and the latest version of the Toyota Audio Multimedia System. We'll give you an introduction on what's new and, most importantly, what it means for your customers. Right after that, we're going to roll into a pre-recorded segment. It's a crawl-around comparison between the last generation and this all-new generation RAV4. I'm hosting that one along with my colleague Jake, and we filmed it in advance so you can see both vehicles in one show and really see those changes up close, really have them side by side. So go ahead, get ready. We're about to connect a lot of dots about what makes this RAV4 the very best one yet.
Hey, thanks, Mustafa. Toyota's Safety Sense has become one of the strongest proof points in the Toyota lineup. Standard on most Toyota vehicles, constantly evolving, and built around real-world scenarios that drivers actually face. It's a huge part of what makes guests feel like Toyota has their back. But for the new RAV4, TSS 4.0 isn't the whole story. We also want to speak to RAV4's new ADAS, or Advanced Driver Assistance Systems. With TSS 4.0 rolling out across the entire 2026 RAV4 lineup, better sensors and cameras provide new capability and new conversations, because even if the name sounds familiar, the details are different. So, let's dive into some of the new details about TSS and then take a look at some of the exciting ADAS features that are new to RAV4. So first up, Dynamic Radar Cruise Control. While this well-known feature of TSS isn't new, Toyota engineers improved the system behavior and added a new Eco mode. Well, here's the gist. The enhanced sensors and cameras allow for better more natural responses to surrounding traffic, allowing the system to adjust speed with more nuance. But with eco mode, the system focuses on accelerating and decelerating more efficiently. It even monitors how much the preceding vehicle affects aerodynamics. It's true. For example, if you're following a small vehicle like an old Toyota Yaris, it will show the driver that the car ahead is providing a small drag reduction effect. But if you follow a large vehicle like a semi, the system will inform the driver that the air drag reduction is more significant. It's really clever technology that comes standard as part of any vehicle equipped with TSS 4.0. Wonder if NASCAR is going to use this tech. Anyway, next up, lane tracing assist, but more importantly, trailer driving assist. I know, let me explain. So TSS is a defined set of standard safety features that we've come to know and love. But starting with the new RAV4, there are some available advanced driver assistance systems that will actually work with standard TSS features. The available trailer driving assist uses rear radar sensors and the rear camera to detect if a trailer is attached. It's actually smart enough to differentiate between a trailer and an activity mount, because as you drive, the trailer will articulate as you turn, but an activity mount will stay fixed. Once the sensors and camera sort out that a trailer is attached, it can then determine the approximate length of the trailer. And this is where it really gets cool. Using that information when lane tracing assist is activated, the system will help keep the trailer in line, just as the name would imply. It's constantly working to keep both the vehicle and trailer centered in the lane, which makes towing feel less intimidating, especially for first-timers. Now, let's take a look at some of the other ADAS features coming on this new RAV4. Remember, these are available features that go beyond the TSS 4.0 suite. So let's start with traffic jam assist. So if the guest takes advantage of the Drive Connect trial or subscription and has DRCC and lane tracing assist on, they can drive hands-free, letting the vehicle manage the low-speed, bumper-to-bumper grind. When conditions are met and speeds are 25 miles an hour or below, steering, braking, and accelerating are all managed by the system, while the driver monitor camera checks to ensure the driver is actively monitoring the progress. The driver is still in charge, but the stress, it's way lower. Also new and improved is the 3D panoramic view monitor. It gives that helpful drone-like view, but now with smartphone-like controls. It also adds partial transparency mode while stopped, so you can literally see through the vehicle to check surroundings. It's like X-ray vision for parking lots. Speaking of making life easier, there's also Toyota's hands-free parking system, Advanced Park. Whether you need to parallel park, back in, pull in, or just need help getting out of a tight space, this system takes over and does the tricky part, allowing you to sit back and keep an eye on things. So, remember trailer driving assist from earlier? Well, it doesn't just enhance lane tracing assist. It also enhances blind spot monitor. Yeah, that's right. The rear radar sensors and camera not only detect if a trailer is attached, but remember, it also calculates the approximate length of the trailer. Then, the sensors and backup camera work together to calculate the presence of the trailer relative to other vehicles in nearby lanes, helping the driver feel more confident when the need for a lane change comes up. But that isn't even the best part. The settings menu for the TSS and other ADAS features has undergone significant changes, moving to the audio multimedia display from the MID. It provides full descriptions of the feature and the settings. It also shows an animation of what the feature does, helping drivers easily understand and tailor them to their liking. Bottom line, whether we're talking about TSS 4.0 or advanced driver assistance systems, these changes go beyond bulking up on standard features. We're helping drivers feel more in control, even when they're letting the system do the work. So, sure, it's familiar, But don't sleep on the upgrades and miss the bigger picture. If you treat this like the value story it is, your customers will feel it.
Hi everyone, I'm Maria, and I'm so excited to share that the all-new RAV4 is the first Toyota vehicle to launch with the latest generation of the Toyota Audio Multimedia System. This is our next generation of multimedia tech, and while we'll have more specifics to share closer to launch, what matters right now is the role RAV4 is playing in introducing it to the world. This launch makes RAV4 the starting point for something much bigger. It's the first step in a broader rollout that will eventually reach other vehicles in the lineup. That means the exposure and experience you gain with it here will help lay the groundwork for what comes next. This multimedia update brings major improvements to speed, structure, and flexibility. For example, response times for voice commands and screen inputs are noticeably faster, and remote connect features like locking, unlocking, and starting the vehicle respond more quickly. The interface has also been reworked. You'll see updated graphics and iconography, but one of the most useful changes is the addition of customizable widgets on the home screen. Drivers can now personalize the layout with the features they use most, giving them quicker access to core functions without having to dig through menus. HVAC controls are also now fixed on screen, making for a richer, more integrated tech experience. The touchscreen also includes a quick control menu that provides streamlined access to common functions like Bluetooth connectivity, light and dark mode settings, and one-touch toggling of ADAS features. Another key shift is how the touchscreen Engage cluster now work in greater harmony. For example, navigation and audio information can be mirrored between both displays, creating a more cohesive experience overall, helping reduce the need for a driver to shift focus from their line of sight. Entertainment has also been elevated to match customers' unique playlist preferences. Take, for example, SiriusXM with 360L, offering an expanded selection of channels, personalized recommendations, and access to both live and on-demand content, including sports broadcasts with home and away feeds. By blending satellite and streaming, SiriusXM with 360L creates a seamless experience that gives drivers unmatched variety, effortless discovery, and tailored listening. In addition, integrated streaming now includes Spotify, where drivers can easily link their existing Spotify account to stream their favorite playlist, audiobook, or podcast through the onboard audio source feature. Lastly, a built-in drive recorder, which customers can choose to turn on or off, using the vehicle's external cameras to capture video without a bulky dash cam. It records manual, triggered, and continuous loop clips with adjustable sensitivity. Footage can be viewed on the head unit itself or saved to a USB drive. A lot to be excited about, and this is just an initial overview. Keep an eye out on Engage, where greater details are going to be published closer to the arrival of our first units. And remember, the familiarity you build with the RAV4 today will carry forward as the latest audio multimedia platform expands.
A huge thank you to Tom and Maria for highlighting everything new with Toyota Safety Sense 4.0 and Toyota Audio Multimedia. We're going to continue highlighting what's new by comparing the prior and next generation RAV4. Right here, we've got two versions of the RAV4 Limited, the 5th generation model and the all-new 6th generation model as well.
So join us for a conversation about what's changed, why it matters, and how to talk about it with your customers.
That's right, Jake. RAV4 has always been a smart choice, and now it is coming with a new dose of personality and all of our latest technology.
So let's walk through them together and see all of that in action.
Let's go.
So we'll start with the exterior design of the prior gen RAV4, starting with the grille, this trapezoidal design here with the nice grille inserts, got the metallic gray for the limited grade, of course. Nice chiseled body, very boxy, very edgy here, right? The headlights kind of flow right into those body lines, moving over into the silhouette here, and then it kind of tapers off to the tailgate.
Yep, a great looking design. America loved it. Of course, it's a great looking design, but I am a huge fan of the evolution you see here. Our Toyota hammerhead design motif, it is continuing to make its way across the lineup as you see, and I'm just a huge fan of how flush and smooth everything is now looking. It truly is one piece, Jake.
That's right. Now let's talk about lighting. So headlights on the previous generation RAV4, they are LED. Now on this Limited, they are the upgraded headlights. This beautiful LED accent light here, projector beam LED headlights, high and low beam, LED turn signals, and of course we got those LED fog lights as well.
Absolutely similar story here. The LED fog lights, LED headlamps. You're going to see LED headlamps on every RAV4, but what I want to call out for the high-grade premium headlamp cluster on select grades, you will have LED accent lighting and LED turn signal indicators up front. All right, Jake, what's next?
Let's talk about wheels.
Let's do it.
So on this Limited grade, we have 18-inch metallic gray alloy wheels, really complements the design of the vehicle, gives it a nice stance.
And 18-inch wheels are going to be standard on the new Limited as well, but what you see in front of you are the available 20-inch wheel designs. And man, these are a design statement that we haven't seen before on a RAV4, so I'm a fan.
Absolutely. And then moving on to the roof, we've got these low-profile roof rails on top of this Limited, and available was either a standard size moonroof or this beautiful panoramic glass roof that spans across the top.
And Jake, I'm going to hit on the word available and really call out with this new 2026 RAV4 Limited. It's not available. What is standard is going to be the panoramic power tilt and slide moonroof. That's right, every single Limited is going to have it straight from the factory.
All right, that sounds great. Love the standard equipment there. Moving to the back, we've got the tail lights that integrate really nicely into the design. We've got LED stop lamps, incandescent turn signals, and incandescent reverse lights on the previous generation.
Yep, huge fan of the lighting here as well. In case you can't tell, yes, I do have a favorite child if it hasn't been obvious already. Just take a look at how well defined every LED element is over here. And one key difference to what Jake just shared with us, LED turn signal indicator and LED brake lamps are going to be featured on these tail lights as well.
Some really nice upgrades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else are we seeing?
Some other things that I'm noticing on the back is really the difference of badging. So we have really that traditional Toyota badge with the hybrid halo right behind it. Got the traditional RAV4 badge on the left-hand side of the tailgate. And of course, you're gonna notice this hybrid synergy badge that we've used for many years on all of our hybrid products. So again, kind of a legacy badge there.
There you go. That's a great way to call it, but we haven't just seen it for many years, but many years. I'm so glad that the new RAV4 has our latest generation electrification badging, kind of taking us into the new generation and not just for this vehicle alone. On the note of badging, this is the latest RAV4 badging, another step into the future, definitely getting with the times. So definitely got to call that out as well.
All right, and while we're at the back of the vehicle, Mustafa, let's talk about the tailgate. So available on the previous generation RAV4 was a power tailgate with kick sensor. So on those higher grades, it was available, so really upping the convenience factor for those guests.
Yep, and like I said, I love the word standard when it comes to this all-new RAV4 Limited. Standard power liftgate with that hands-free operation here for the new generation. What I really want to call out about that kick sensor, the detection range of the sensor itself has significantly improved. So you're more likely to get that kick right the first time. So something I know I'm going to appreciate for sure.
All right, how about we step inside the vehicle and take a look at the rear seating area?
Rear seats it is.
Sounds great.
We'll head there.
All right, so starting with the rear seats, you're going to notice that this is a traditional bench style design. We've got the center armrest here that folds down. You got two cup holders. We also have rear air vents for those passengers and USB ports here. Now on this Limited, because it has the cold weather package, it has these available heated rear seats on the outboard positions. So really making it nice and comfortable for those nice cold winter mornings.
Yep, those heated outboard rear seats, big surprise, standard on the new generation as well.
All right, and then just talking about space in general, you have really nice leg room here, headroom, even the cargo space is really nice for the RAV4. And again, this has been such a popular vehicle for us. So what we've done is we've actually maintained that same dimension from the previous generation to the new generation, because again, we just want to evolve and perfect the product.
That's it. Yeah, do not mess with that winning formula. The dimensions remain largely unchanged. All right, Jake, you want to go ahead and take it into the cockpit?
Let's take it into the cockpit. All right, go ahead and power this on here. So with this previous generation RAV4, powertrains were available with the gas front-wheel drive, and then also with hybrid, you had that standard all-wheel drive, especially on this limited grade. Power is rated at 219 net combined horsepower and an EPA estimated 39 miles per gallon rating. So again, very efficient, and it was a very popular choice for our customers.
Absolutely. I like those numbers. RAV4 has great numbers, but we have even better numbers now thanks to the 5th generation Toyota hybrid system. 236 net combined horsepower in this vehicle that I'm in right now, and a manufacturer estimated 42 mile per gallon combined MPG rating. So it gives more to the driver, takes less from the world, the best of both worlds, really.
All right. Now, speaking of the drive, let's talk about the drive modes.
Yep.
So in this prior gen RAV4, we have a traditional drive mode select knob. So we have normal, eco, and sport. So just a turn of a knob, and you can switch to those modes pretty easily. Very, very nice and simple.
Absolutely. And like Jake mentioned, drive modes remain something here, of course, but 3 aren't enough. We're going to add a 4th one. For this new one, you're now going to have a custom drive mode as well.
All right, awesome, awesome. So with the seating arrangement, very nice seats here. These are Softex trimmed. They are perforated on this limited, and they are power adjustable on the front passenger and driver seats. Now, with the limited grade, you also have the available heated and ventilated switches here up on the center console. So again, just upping the convenience and the comfort factor.
Yep, definitely comfort and convenience story remains here. Standard heated and ventilated front seats. Love the new interplay with the screen, how you will have some hard climate keys and some climate control, such as those seats, up on the screen itself. But one thing that I really want to call out when we talk about the interior is how many soft touch materials you will see. Soft touch here, door panels as well. Huge fan of taking this into a premium space we weren't in before. All right, Jake, what else is next?
So let's talk about the shift knob. So with the shifter in this previous generation RAV4, this is a very traditional shifter, tried and true. We've used it for many years.
Yep. And some RAV4s will have a conventional shifter, but in front of me here, standard unlimited, is a Toyota First. It is a toggle type shift-by-wire system. So definitely stepping into that new technology story over there. And one other thing that I'm going to call out is the shifter used to be here, closer to the passenger. Now it is going to be closer to the driver. So that's the win in my book.
All right. Now let's move over to the steering wheel. So leather wrapped, it is available with heating. And then you have the very traditional button layout on the steering wheel with audio and all those safety and convenience features.
Yeah, now looking at the steering wheel here as well, there is a new design debuting. First thing that I'm going to call out, not just heated, but full circumference heating element. That means no matter where you're putting your hands, you're going to be able to get that heating. I know several of our regions have been asking for that. Standard unlimited, available on others. But when I say it is a debut steering wheel, what's really new about this, take a look at how thoughtful this is. On the left-hand side, all of your infotainment, your audio multimedia controls, they're grouped together exclusively on this side, and exclusively on the right-hand side, you have your driver assist, such as your cruise control. So I really love that new organization we've put into this steering wheel.
All right. You know, let's talk about multimedia for a second.
Sure.
Sure. So on the previous generation, it was standard with an 8-inch touchscreen display, or you could upgrade to this beautiful 10.5-inch display.
Yep, 10.5-inch used to be the highest way you could go, but that's now the entry ticket for RAV4. What we have in front of me here is the first ever 12.9-inch screen size on a Toyota debuting on RAV4.
All right, and then speaking of screens, we have the multi-information display. So the standard one on the previous generation RAV4 was a 7-inch display. Functional, did the job. But if you really wanted to upgrade for that more beautiful display, we had this 12.3-inch display that was available on the higher grades, like this limited.
12.3-inch fully digital gauge cluster used to be a luxury. Now, it is going to be on every single RAV4 from the bottom up. So huge fan, and you heard it in earlier segments, just the interplay between these two screens in front of us. Can't wait for you to experience it for yourself.
All right, and then just more connectivity, right? We had wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and an available JBL premium audio system, especially on this limited grade, that were available, as well as this Qi wireless charging pad right here in the center console.
I'm going to build up, and sorry, I'm going to try to one-up you there again, Jake. You made it pretty easy. Over here, we have not one, but two Qi-compatible wireless charging pads. That is going to be exclusive to the Limited, right in front of us here.
And then some extra technologies were packed into this previous generation. We had an available panoramic view monitor system, so you had cameras all around the vehicle for that 360 view for those tight parking spaces or those tight maneuvers. And then you also had the available digital rear view mirror. So with the flick of a switch, you can see right behind the vehicle for confident driving, even if you have a back seat full of passengers or full cargo space.
Yep. No, I'm gonna pick on the parking comment over there because I get standard advanced park in this limited trim over here. And on the note of visibility and clearance, panoramic view monitor, Tom Kretschmann shared with us that new 3D functionality. When the vehicle is in park, you get that see-through ability. Huge fan of that. And digital rear view mirror, standard on every Limited grade.
All right, and to round things out, Mustafa, let's talk about climate control. So standard on the previous generation was a single zone automatic climate control system. Now on the higher grades, you could get this dual zone system with individual temperature controls for the driver and front passenger.
Yep, that is a comfort and convenience priority here. And what I mean by that is every single RAV4 from the bottom up is going to have standard dual zone automatic climate control for model year 26. Man, that was quite a bit. We can keep going on and on, but I think we're kind of wrapping up time,
I think we had a lot of fun with this, and I think we brought out a lot of key takeaways between the two generations.
For sure.
All right, let's round this out.
Let's do it. All right, Jake, I'm going to go ahead and make my way back to the studio. Could you take it from here?
Absolutely, Mustafa.
Thank you.
Well, that was quite a compare and contrast. So let's bring this thing home. Anyone who's been selling the RAV4 for a while really knows how easy it is to lean on its strengths: reliability, practicality, and its value. And those things will always matter when it comes to RAV. But the new gen somehow still raises the bar on how it looks and how it makes you feel. That's what the new RAV4 is all about at the end of the day.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me back here in the studio. We've spent a good amount of time together exploring what the all-new RAV4 brings to the table. Now there's one more subject I wanted to speak to for just a short amount of time. That is the competitive landscape. So let's take a look at the three key competitors that our customers are most likely to cross-shop when they're looking for a small SUV. First up, the first vehicle coming to mind is the Honda CR-V. It is one of the most familiar cross-shopped vehicles there is for us. It is known for being efficient, smooth, and people say it's easy to live with, and the current generation CR-V leans heavily into simplicity and hybrid efficiency. But that simplicity, however, comes with some trade-offs. The CR-V has gas and hybrid powertrains, but there is no plug-in hybrid option. And there are no performance-oriented grades in their entire lineup. The standard gas engine is a 1.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that puts out 190 horsepower. Their hybrid models use a 2-liter 4-cylinder system that's focused more for efficiency rather than the performance story. That hybrid system has lower horsepower and torque figures than their gas engine, but it does have some pretty good fuel economy numbers. They have an EPA estimated 40 mile per gallon combined rating on that one. Their design and technology story, it has a similar theme there. It has the essentials. It has wireless smartphone mirroring. It has a 9-inch color touchscreen. But many of the advanced convenience and technology features that customers are looking for, those are reserved only for the higher trims. Now, I'm happy to highlight that our RAV4 offers more standard technology across our lineup, and we have a much wider range of electrified choices and grade personalities. Next up, let's take a look at the Kia Sportage as well. It takes a different approach. It leans into bold styling and a broader range of powertrain options. It has gas-only, hybrid, and plug-in hybrid variants. The Kia Sportage's gas-only model has a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine that puts 187 horses out, and with its turbocharging, the 1.6-liter hybrid model puts output at 231 horsepower. And lastly, they have a 2.5-liter plug-in hybrid system that's good for 261 horsepower and it has an EPA estimated 34-mile all-electric driving range. While their variety is appealing, the performance and execution, that does vary by grade. Their gas models remain the most commonly available ones in their lineup, and despite offering a plug-in hybrid, that Sportage's EV-only driving range, it falls quite short of RAV4's up to 52 miles of all-electric driving range in our plug-in hybrid. Now let's take a look inside. The Kia Sportage has a tech-forward look. It has a standard 12.3-inch touchscreen display, but some of the design choices can be polarizing for many customers. Now, last but not least, we're going to be talking about a rival we've had for a while, that's the Nissan Rogue. It's historically been positioned as a safe choice, but it offers the least variety when it comes to powertrain options. And when I say least variety, I mean none at all. Rogue is powered by a single 1.5-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine that's good for 201 horsepower. That does make it the strongest standard engine amongst the other rivals that I mentioned, but there are 0 electrified options available as of today. Their efficiency story is all about tuning rather than electrification. Their fuel economy estimates reach about 33 miles per gallon combined. They do offer all-wheel drive, such as on their newer Rock Creek grade, but what you see on screen, those rugged enhancements, they're pretty much visual more than any real functional benefit. All right, we'll take a look inside on this one too. Their cabin does have some premium touches available, such as a quilted leather seating area and some upgraded digital displays. But many of these items, they're only available if you go for the top-of-the-line trim. Customers who are shopping the core grades, they're going to find themselves needing to move up in their lineup to access technology that our RAV4 offers much earlier. Each of these competitors does bring something to the table, but what continues to set RAV4 apart is the balance that it strikes. It offers power and performance with electrification. 3 unique grade identities that will give us a chance to connect with more customers than we have ever before. And of course, a great value story with just how much technology every RAV4 comes with for both safety and convenience, even on our entry-level LE grade. Well, thanks for making the time to go into those in-depth topics as we look at the best RAV4 we have ever made. All of these virtual broadcasts, we create them for you. We want to give you the tools and the talking points you need to be the best at what you do. And on the note of your tools, please, another reminder to check out Engage. All of the details for the new RAV4 keep getting updated there every single day. Engage is that one-stop shop where you will have the in-depth content like a sales consultant guide. You'll have competitive head-to-heads. You'll have a video for any powertrain technology we offer, and just so much more. So in case you can't tell, I'm a fan, and I want you all to be fans of it as well. Thank you again for making the time to join us today and for everything you're doing to keep RAV4 #1 on America's sales leaderboard. Until next time, we'll see ya.